The lamp is always effulgent, but especially when you take the lamp in a dark room, the light of that lamp seems to double. So when there is the dark room of calamity, obstacles, hindrance, then the lamp of Krishna Bhakti becomes more effulgent. It seems to redouble its radiance. Sri Rupa Goswami gives another beautiful example. He says, Krishna Prema is like a lion. Krishna Prema is like a lion. Every obstacle that comes on the path of a Vaishnava, that's like a mighty elephant. Elephant is mighty, but what happens? Every time there's an elephant in front of the lion will pull down the elephant, eat up the elephant, only to get stronger. So when a Vaishnava is put through calamity, the Krishna Prema like lion in his or her heart eats up that elephant-like obstacle. Doesn't fear that obstacle, eats up that elephant-like obstacle, only to get more and more stronger and become a more powerful lion. Now this lion is quite interesting. Krishna Prema lion is quite interesting. The opinions of others are like the barking of dogs. What does the lion do when dogs bark? Doesn't matter to the lion. Krishna Prema lion eats up the obstacle like elephants to become redoubled in intensity, and doesn't care about the barking dog-like opinions and reversals and rumors around. And not just this lion roams like the king. Because once one has Krishna Prema in their heart, they can be fearless in any circumstance. Bhayam dvitiya bhiveshitasya ईशादपेतस्य विपर्ययो स्मृति तन्माययातं बुध आभजेतं भक्त्यैक येषां गुरुदेवतात्मा. The 11th canto Bhagavatam describes fear comes in our heart because of anxiety and obscurity, not knowing what's going to happen. But when someone has Krishna Prema in their heart, love for Krishna, true love for Krishna, not imaginative, speculative love, true love for Krishna in their heart, they can roam in the forest of this world like a lion, like a king, carefree. For a lion, whether it is a jackal around, or hyena around, or a fox around, or a wolf around, it absolutely doesn't matter. The lion loves challenges. When Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, among the animals I am a lion. The lion is very majestic. It's very majestic. Sometimes we may see the lion is busy drinking water from a pond, and the poor crocodile will think there is some chapan bhog for me. Try to come out. And the lion doesn't care. And when he realizes that there are crocodiles in the water, he will take on those crocodiles by... There's absolutely no personal agenda for the lion, but he will swim across that river to go from one end to another, only to prove to the crocodile, you thought you can eat me while I'm on the banks of the river? I can swim through your river and you can't touch me. That is how fearless a devotee becomes, who has the lion of Krishna Prema in his heart. You see, ekoham asahayoham swapnepi varmida chintam mrigendrasya najayate. A lion, even when he goes off to sleep, he never thinks, will I get something to eat tomorrow? No fear. The lion is never alone. He has a whole pride rock. That's why Disney made a lot of money with that movie. The Lion King. The actual king is Krishna Prema, who's like the lion roaring in the cave of our heart. The lion lives with its pride, which means when someone has Krishna praying like lion in their heart, all good qualities come around as a family. The lion is never alone, and he never sleeps with anxiety. If I go to sleep, what if somebody attacks me? All other birds have this fear. Smaller animals have this fear. They're always on the look, always watching out for danger. The lion never cares. Even when he sleeps, he has no fear. Person who has Krishna prema in his heart, he knows he can never lose this treasure. And he goes to sleep to wake up. Whether or not I'll get food, well, the lion knows. The Krishna prema lion knows. He will maintain me. I don't have to fear. There's no lamentation, there's no hankering, there's no anxiety. The greatest security one can have in one's heart is developing bhakti for the Master who created us. A materialist keeps juggling material objects, praying this should work out, praying that should work out. I should have auto insurance, I should have property insurance, I should have life insurance. Apart from that, I should keep guns in my house, and I should also go to karate class. And keep watching Tokyo. And also have medicines in my pocket. And still dies of a heart attack. The condition soul is always juggling balls. What if this happens? I will do this. What if it's like the pipe breaks and cracks at one point and the water starts coming in, and you take MCU. Everyone remember what's MCU? Take MCU and you fix it. You fix it here and the pipe breaks there. Then you take MCU and you fix it. That's material life. Constantly trying to juggle things so that if there is a problem here, I'll fix it this way. But the root of all that problem is turning away from God. When we are ignorant of God, we have anxiety of what's going to happen next. But when we have confidence in God, we know He's our ever-well-wishing best friend. Whatever He throws my way, it's good for me. If that confidence is there, complete full focus, then one has no fear. Then in the bright light of joy, the lamp is glowing. But when it's taken to the dark room, that lamp glows even more. Let me give another example. Krishna prema is like a river. It's moving like a river. And every obstacle that's put on the path is like a dam. Let's say there's a river and that's protected by a dam. What happens? The depth of that river increases. The level increases, the river gets deeper and higher, and at a point it will cross over the dam. Flood all over. Krishna prema as Krishna bhakti initially moves like a river current. And every obstacle that God puts in front is like a dam. That's why it's called dam. It's a dam. And when we face obstacles which are like that, then the river bhakti goes deeper and the river goes higher. Across all that. Kunti faced so much in her life. Kunti Devi. Devaki Rani faced so much in her life. She lost one child after another, after another, after another.
Wow.
Kunti Devi suffered so much in the Mahabharata. The river current of their love kept increasing, and it crossed every possible dam, only to flood as wonderful examples in this world. This love, dear devotees, has two sides. There's meeting and there's separation. There's meeting with God and Krishna, and there's separation from Krishna. In meeting, love increases. In separation, love increases. Then in the meeting after that separation, love increases even more. And then in the separation after that meeting, love increases even further. When you take an axe, and you have a little piece of wood, you take axe and you cut ahead, and you cut behind, and you cut ahead, and you cut behind, and forward, and backward, and forward, and backward. One thing is for sure. The block, that wood piece gets cut deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Meeting Krishna and separation from Krishna, only to meet him ahead and they get separated. Then to meet him, then to get separated, only cuts the Krishna prem block deeper and deeper and deeper. And to teach us this principle, every avatar comes with this nuance of meeting and separation. Rama avatar came with meeting and separation. There's separation between Ram and Sita. Of course, there's meeting of Ram and Sita eternally. Then they come in this world in two families before they got married. There's separation. Then when they got married, there's meeting. Then in exile, there is separation from family. Then when Ravana kidnaps, there's separation from Sita. Only to meet her back, only to get separated, only to meet her eternally. And in Krishna Lila also. Through the agency of Akrura, Krishna sat on the chariot and he left Vrindavan to go to Mathura. The book that we have been discussing every single day talks about the pangs of separation. But because there are many who may not have joined any of the previous sessions, I thought of giving some introduction to what is happening. The actual class begins now. Shri Rupa Goswami writes the book called Hamsadutta. Shri Radharani is in great separation, viraha, vipralambha. And Lalita Sakhi is trying to pacify Shri Radharani by trying to send a swan to her. There's a swan in the waters of the Jamuna who's frolicking in the waters of the Jamuna. And Lalita Sakhi steps down a couple of steps to take some water from the Jamuna. And she will sprinkle those water droplets, cold, rejuvenating, soothing, fragrant water droplets with lotus petals, offering the service of offering cold droplets of water with very soothing, fragrant lotus petals on the beautiful body of Shri Radharani, so that she can feel meeting with Krishna. Because Yamuna holds the fragrance, the complexion, the sound of his flute, the sound of his voice, the sound of his ankle bells. The whole personality of Krishna is held in the waters of the Yamuna. Because Yamuna is Kalimbi in Dwarka, who as the wife holds her husband in her heart. Therefore, if someone wants Krishna, they should go to the Yamuna. And even if 3 drops of Achaman or 3 drops of sprinkling on the head with this mood that I don't have Krishna, you have Krishna, please give Krishna to me. And no one let him Krishna. So the swan who's frolicking in the Yamuna is a perfect messenger. Oh dear swan, Lalita Sakhi prays, please become my Duta, please become my messenger. You have wings. You are so fortunate. You can fly from Vrindavan to Mathura, which we can't. Please go and find Krishna and give him the message that we Brajvasis are in a pathetic situation without him. Request him to return. Lalita Sakhi, because she's sending her messenger, the swan, she tells the swan what path to take. She describes different Leela Sthalis in Vrindavan. She says, "Oh dear swan, please follow the path that Akrura took to take Krishna out of Vrindavan to Mathura. That's the royal path. Take that. Don't get distracted. When you fly to Mathura, you will find different cities in Braj, and she describes and names all of them with all the Leelas there. Only so that the swan, on his way to find Krishna, can see different pastime places and run to Krishna and roll in that dust of that place, praying to Krishna." Lalita Sakhi describes the pastime, tells the swan, when you see that place, dip down, drink water from that kund, offer obeisances to that sand, pray to this tree, may the Leela manifest in your heart. "Oh dear swan, I know this will delay my message to reach to Krishna, but that's fine. I care for you. Please have darshan of all these Leela Sthalis in Braj." And then the very next moment, Lalita Sakhi says, "No, please don't. These places of Vrindavan are so beautiful. I fear you will see these places, remember Krishna, fall in love with these places, and forget the message that I told you. You will not go to Mathura. You will give up the idea of going to Mathura because Vrindavan is so much more beautiful. Mathura and Vrindavan are only 30 minutes away, but they are light years apart in consciousness. They are 30 minutes apart in land and light years away in consciousness. So dear Hamsa, dear Swan, you see these places, but promise me you will not get astray. You will not go astray. You will not forget my message. Please go as quickly as possible. When you enter Mathura, Lalita Sakhi describes the beautiful canopies and the palaces and the skyscrapers and the culture of people living there and the clothes and the food that they eat. Oh dear swan, don't get enamored by any of this. Find the beautiful Krishna, whose feet are softer than the lotus flower, the sole of whose feet, the palms of whose hand can put any pink lotus to shame. Find that Krishna whose body is a whole garden, a whole grove of ever-blossoming, night-blooming, fragrant, aromatic, tender, blue lotus flowers. Please find Krishna, who is the abode of all good qualities. He is Bhaktavatsal. He has the most tender heart. Please find him. And when you go to him, please speak the condition of Vrindavan. The swan has been speaking the message of Lalita Sakhi to Krishna every single day in our discussion. Today the swan continues to speak. The swan starts speaking to Krishna's flower garland. Krishna is sitting. The swan is speaking to Krishna's flower garland. Oh dear Vanamala, you are so fortunate. You have the fortune which no Brajvasi has. That is to embrace Krishna heart to heart. Oh dear garland, you have been living close to Krishna's heart